Good morning, Gators. It's so nice to see you today. Happy Thursday and welcome to morning meeting. Today is May 7th, 2020. It's a Thursday today. We see THU at the top of the calendar here. That means Thursday, and it's the 7th day of May. Yesterday was Wednesday, and tomorrow will be Friday, right? And we are 138 days smarter. Kiss your brains. Let's say our chant together to start our day right, okay? So we're going to be reading the words on the screen. You can read along with me or you can repeat after me like we do in class, okay? Also, make sure to do the hand motions and makes it even more fun. I am somebody. I was somebody when I came in. And I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful. I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. I am somebody. Great job, Gators. Let's check out our morning message today. Thursday, May 7th, 2020. Good morning, daring data collectors. I hope you are all having a wonderful week. Remember to take breaks when you need them. I am so proud of all of you. Let's grow our brains together by graphing some data. Love, Miss Murphy. Well, that sounds pretty exciting, graphing some data. What do I mean by that? Let's see. So this is our math challenge for today. Last week, we practiced using a graph that was already made to answer some questions. But today, we are actually going to make the graph on our own. So in this box, we see an assortment of different shapes, right? And then down here, the graph has been started for us. So at the bottom, we see all the different shapes listed, right? So there's a red triangle, a green circle, a yellow square, and a blue pentagon. A pentagon is like a shape with 5 sides, kind of like a hexagon, which is a shape with 6 sides. Cool. So we are going to count the number of shapes up here, and we're going to use that to figure out how to fill in our graph, right? Because we're going to fill in the number of shapes that we see in the graph. Just like last week, we used students voting on their favorite fruit, right? Like one vote was one block and it kept on building up. So this time is really similar. We're going to count how many shapes are there. So as we count, I'm going to fill in our graph and I'm going to use matching colors. Okay, so let's start with the red triangle. How many red triangles do you count inside this box? Go ahead and count them. Show me on your fingers how many you counted. You got it. 3 red triangles, right? So when I graph, I'm going to color in 3 blocks to show 3 red triangles. Ready? 1. It's okay if my coloring is imperfect, right? 2. And 3 red triangles. Fabulous. Notice that it goes, the red that I drew goes up to here and we see the number 3 on the side. So we can check that way too. All right, next we've got our green circles. Go ahead and count the green circles and then hold up on your hands the number of green circles you counted. Go Gators. I also counted 2 green circles, right? So how many blocks should I color in on our graph? 2, right? We're recording that we found 2 green circles. So I'm going to color 1 block, 2 blocks. Uh-oh. Mine's a little messy. Cool. So, and then I look over here and I see that it goes up to the number 2. So that looks good, right? Go ahead and count the yellow squares. When you're ready, show me the number on your hands. You're rocking it, Gators. I see some 4s out there, right? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 yellow squares. How many blocks should I color on our graph to represent the squares? 4, right? You're rocking it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Wow, that's a lot of yellow squares. Okay, last shape is our blue pentagons. So go ahead and count how many blue pentagons. Show me on your fingers when you're ready. Nice. I also see 2 blue pentagons. So I'm going to color 2 spaces on our chart. Ready? 1, 2. Fabulous. Okay, so now we have some data that we've put into our chart. And so now this makes it easier because it's organized, right? If we're looking at these shapes, it's not always easy to tell which one has the most shapes or which ones have the same amount of shapes. But when we organize it on a graph, it makes it a lot easier for us to tell, right? So now I'm gonna ask you a question. You should be able to answer this really quickly by looking at our graph. Ready? What shape do you see the most of? What shape do you see the most of? Go ahead and say it out loud. The squares. I see the most squares too. And I know that. I didn't even have to count them again because I saw on our graph that the squares go up the highest, right? They're all the way up at 4. Nice. One more question. Ready? Which 2 shapes have the same amount? Which 2 shapes have the same amount? Say it out loud when you know. You got it, right? The circles and the pentagons both have 2. It was easy for us to tell looking at this graph because we can follow this line along and see that these 2 shapes go up to the same line, right? 2 here, 2 here. Fabulous job. You guys are doing a really nice job organizing data so that you can ask questions about it, or you can answer questions about it. All right, and so today we've got a lot of learning ahead of us. We're on our morning meeting. After morning meeting, your job is to complete 1 Dreambox and 2 Lexia lessons. You're gonna watch your phonics video and do your phonics workbook. You're gonna watch a math video and complete your problem set in your math journal. Then you're gonna get to listen to a read aloud of a book called Wee Gillis with Ms. Murphy. And you will fill out your reading journal just like you always do when we do read alouds. Today's Thoughtful Thursday, so our special will be about thoughtfulness, and that will be a fun brain break for you if you want to take a break during your learning, or if you want to do it after you're finished with your learning, you can do that too. It's optional, but it might be really fun. Okay, and as always, please come visit me at office hours. Office hours are at 1:30 until 2:30. So go ahead, you can click this button, that's a picture of Ms. Murphy at that time, and you'll go into a video call with me. You can also schedule a check-in by clicking on this, and you'll be able to see what times I'm available to have a chat with you if you want to talk about anything or get help with any of your work, or if you just want to come say hi and you can't come during office hours. All right, Gators, it was so nice to see you this morning, and I hope you have a fabulous day with your distance learning. I'll see you soon.